Hello, everybody. It's me again, TC, and it's long-awaited English video. Why am I gonna be speaking English in this video? Because I'm gonna be talking about United States, and another reason is that I've got to practice my English to keep it fluent. I want to keep my English fluent. If you don't use it, you lose it. So it's gonna be another English video. So as I mentioned, I'm gonna be talking about America, the riots, the lootings. Excuse my accent. I've been traveling to UK too much, and I'm kind of having that mixed period right now. So so I'm gonna be talking about the riots and the lootings, and mainly I want to explain to you why did it happen. Also, who are the people that are actually looting and rioting. So I'll try to keep it short. To begin, the rioting came from injustice. It's about that stress and pressure that have been stuffed up and boiled up within the black community. So, well, let me begin by telling you that this whole idea that I'm going to be talking about is inspired by the video that Trevor Noah, yeah, the his video, I saw it this morning. It's very insightful. It kind of inspired me to. Well, of course, I'm not gonna be talking about everything that he said, but partially it came from him. So so as I mentioned, the whole thing came from injustice. To put it simply, the trigger is the fact that the police, the authorities, were being injustice. They weren't serving justice. They weren't serving community. They weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. So one act of injustice triggered this whole event of other injustice activities like rioting, lootings, everything. It's a cycle because as people are rioting, they are looting, they're breaking into the shops. The police would try to stop them again with other violence and shit. So all hell break loose. Simple as that. And it's a very simple, yet most people don't understand cycle. Because when you see people rioting and looting like that, as a police or as a government, your first reaction would be to suppress it. Your first reaction would be to push it down, to stop those people, to arrest them, to beat them up, just stop them any way possible. Which I don't know if it's human nature or police nature or government nature, but it's not gonna work. You're just gonna piss them off even more, and they're gonna do even worse. Simple as that. Just look at Minneapolis. The police beat them up during the daytime, and the same night they burned the whole place down. Simple. It's the same shit that happened in Hong Kong. So it's like I'm comparing the two because a lot of people are comparing them. So if you look at Hong Kong, in the beginning, everyone was peaceful. 2 million people marched the street, nothing happened. Like, as the sun goes down, everyone go home and have the dinner peacefully. So that's how it began. It was peaceful. And that shit started, police brutality, and all those other things happened. Things got worse and worse and worse. It started with the authority not respecting the law. When you are a police officer, law enforcer, the government, when you don't respect the law yourself, nobody's gonna respect it. Simple. So when you do as the authority, when you do an injustice act, how are you gonna convince your citizen to follow your law, to follow whatever you say? as Trevor mentioned in his video, society is a contract. To stay in this society, we abide to the law of the society. But when the authority don't respect the law, what makes you think you have to respect the law yourself? You're the one who wrote the law and you broke it yourself. Who's going to respect you as the authority? So that's what happened. Plus, of course, there are other racist issues, the whole suppression of black people, the whole community of black people. I mean, I'm not black. I don't understand it completely. But I can imagine having your whole life, 20, 30 years, being discriminated against. All the police are trying to find evidence. They are all convinced that you've done something and they're always trying to arrest you. They're always trying to prosecute you. It makes sense that they are doing what they're doing right now. It makes sense that they are breaking everything and stealing everything. I'm not saying it's legal, but I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. Same thing in Hong Kong. Things get burned down, fire gets started. I don't blame them. I actually encourage them in Hong Kong simply because, well, I'm not encouraging them, but I don't blame them. Simple. It's the whole suppression that you've experienced, the police brutality that you've experienced. It's a lot of emotion stuffed up that you want to have it just blow up. It's not easy to quantify emotions. So, as everyone has a different boiling point, but when it blows up, it blows up. That's what's happening in America. Black people blowing up. The pressure cooker blew up, so the pressure came out. Simple. And about the looting, I see a lot of people saying that they are thieves. A lot of people saying that they are just rioters, they're thieves, name calling. And you know what? If you ask me, those people can be you and me. They can be anyone. They're just people. It's people being people. They're just normal citizens like you and me. Before the riot, before all the monopolist shit, before the whole thing blew up, they are law-abiding citizens like you and me. They are people, simple citizens. Then what's the difference between them and us? To be honest, I don't see it. Except for the fact that they've been stressed out from the racist issue, from the virus, the Chinese virus. Yes, I'm calling it the Chinese virus. And it's from a lot of different factors that gathered up inside them. And for example, let's not even talk about the whole emotional aspect. Sorry, excuse my English. Told you I need practice. Let's talk about the whole financial issue from the virus. You've been locked down at home since what, February, March, and it's June now. So at least 3 to 4 months. A lot of people couldn't work, especially the what do you call them? The poor people. So a lot of them couldn't work for 3 or 4 months. Obviously, they don't have saving. If they have saving, they wouldn't be poor. So they couldn't work. They don't have income. They have no savings. They still have to pay rent. That never stopped. Meaning, they are probably very desperate right now. Imagine yourself having your savings gone, not having a job, not getting paid for 3 months, but you still have to pay for food You still got to put food on the table for your kids. You still got to pay rent. So, what are you going to do? And given the chance right now that people are rioting right now, they are breaking glasses, breaking into shops, what are you going to do? You got to put food on your table, right? What are you going to do? So, can you blame them? Honestly, like I said, I don't. And being dirt poor, you have to understand that mindset. There are shit that you can't afford. You can't use your current average standard on them because you're not making the same money that they are. You could be making 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a month. They might be making like 1.5, 1,500, even just 500. You wouldn't understand because there are shit like a huge TV, flat screen TV that they can't afford it their whole life, and they've accepted the fact that they can't afford it their whole life. And all of a sudden, here comes a chance that you can have it for free. Life-changing, dream-achieving, or they might just sell it online. They might not even keep it, but that's money to pay rent, and that's money to put food on your kid's table. After 4 months of not getting paid, no income, what would you do? I know a lot of people are saying that if I'm in the same situation, I'm not going to do it. Now, those people are stupid. They can say that they won't do it, it's because they take for granted that they would still be earning whatever they're earning right now. They would still have their saving at their bank. I mean, if you have $1 million at your bank, a $1,000 TV wouldn't be much to you, right? You can afford it any time. You wouldn't want that shit, right? But if you really switch up the place, let's not even talk about the long-term discrimination. Let's not even talk about that. Let's not even say you're black right now. You're still Asian or you're still white. Just you have no income and your savings gone. Let's say you live like that for 10, 15 years straight and you earn minimum wage or even less. Would you want that? If somebody's telling you you can get it for free and probably get away with it, most likely, what would you do? So don't even tell me that you're not going to do it if you're in the same boat, because you are not in the same boat and you don't seem to understand what it is like to be in that boat. Okay? So if you're telling me you're not going to do it in that same boat, I'm just going to tell you you're retarded. You're fucking retarded because you don't understand the situation. You don't know what it's like to be dirt poor. You don't know what it's like to be discriminated against. You don't know what it's like to not having an income when you got kids at home that needs to eat. You don't understand what it's like to not being able to pay rent and risk getting evicted. You don't understand any of that. So don't fucking tell me that you're not gonna do it. Because I'm telling you, if you're in the same boat, you will do it. People are people. You are still people. I am still people. You have to understand that. People are people. Well, obviously there are smarter people and more stupid people, but there are no better people or worse people. Something to think about. People are just people. I wouldn't say some people are better or some people are worse, because given the situation, most people would do the same thing. The same situation. You have to consider that. How same is it? You have to take in all the background, all the time he spent growing up, all the culture that he's been accustomed to, all the lectures that he had, the education, the income, the environment, all those crap is called the same situation. Most people can't even imagine that. So, like I was saying, it's injustice that leads to injustice. It's a very I don't remember that word. Vicious? Yeah, it's a very vicious cycle. It just keeps happening. The more violent the more brutal and violent the police gets, the crazier the people are gonna react. And as the people react crazier, the police are gonna be more brutal. It keeps happening. How are you gonna stop this? To be honest, I don't know. There are some police that are joining the people, just sitting down and talking to them instead of beating them up. That works, hopefully. Hopefully that works. But you wouldn't know because the people are angry. They're just angry. They would want to kill the police. So you wouldn't know. I wouldn't know how to stop that shit. Problem is, do we want to stop it? Is stopping right now going to stop the discrimination? Is stopping right now going to stop the whole racist thing that had been happening since the beginning of the United States? How long has it been? 250 years? 300? Has it been 300 yet? I don't think so. But it's a problem that has been around for hundreds of years. Let's put it that way. If the people, us the people, you and me and them, stop rioting right now, will the problem be solved? Well, obviously, if we don't stop, it's probably not gonna get solved either, right? That's what most people are saying. That's what you're saying. But how are we gonna stop it? If we don't stop the discrimination, we're not gonna be stopping the violence. We're not gonna be stopping the riots. It's just gonna come back again. How many times have American riot for racist problems? How many times have the black people spoke up and started riots and started protests because of this problem? This very same problem. Lost count, man. How many times have we done it? How many times have they done it? Is the problem getting solved? We've had a black president. That didn't solve it. We thought it was solved. We thought it was taken care of. Look at it today. It didn't stop. We have black cops. Well, they're not helping. They're not making it any better. Once you become a cop, you become part of them. Is it a problem in the training of our police? Or is it a problem within the culture of our police? Now, I've never lived in a very black community in America, even when I was living there. I don't know how those police are, but let's just say the police I've met, most of them are very nervous when facing black people. Obviously, they're not gonna admit it. They're gonna say you gotta react and shit like that, like all the big macho man stuff. But just looking at all the videos and looking at all these situations, why are the police always so violent against black people? Because they are nervous. They want to put the man down and not have him move at all, so they know they are safe themselves. Right? Now, is that a problem of the police or is that a problem of the black people? It's a very good question to ask. Of course, there are times that I think they are just protecting themselves because there are violent black people, but that is a result. Like, let's say a lot of black people are earning below minimum wage, and a lot of black people are dealing drugs. A lot of black people are into gangs, along with Latinos or Chinese. Now, why is that? Is it because of the whole discrimination against them that created the whole situation, or did they choose to be like that? So, I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just asking everyone to think. If we stop discriminating against them, is that gonna help the black people with their drug problems, their gang problems, their all those crap? Is it gonna help them? Is it gonna make them better if we stop discriminating against them? Well, you can ask me, I'm a fucking racist, okay? But I don't discriminate against black. I discriminate against Chinese, so that's different. I am a fucking racist, understand that. But I discriminate against them. It's not because that they are. It's not like black people getting discriminated against from white people, the way I discriminate against Chinese. It's not because of the skin color. It's because of the culture. So let's not even talk about that. It's another video, okay? But given what I've said, injustice leads to injustice. Same thing in Hong Kong, same thing in America, same shit. It's the government that is responsible. You gotta respect your law. The government, the authority needs to respect their own law. Simple as that. If they don't, shit happens. Look at it. It happened in Hong Kong, it happened in America. It didn't happen in China because they would shoot anybody that doesn't sit down and bow. I mean, whoever would speak up have been shot already, so it didn't happen in China. But in a normal society, normal free society, when the government, when the authority don't respect their own law, the citizen will stop respecting it. Simple as that. So don't even ask why are they doing it. Don't even say that I'm not gonna do it. You're not in that same boat. You have to understand it. So don't even say that you won't because you don't know. Okay? Everybody would. Everybody would do it in that same boat. Because of that upbringing, because of that stress, because of all those shit. Everyone in that same exact situation would do exactly what they did. Okay? So, that's the end of the video. Think about it. Injustice leads to injustice. It's the government's fault. It's the authorities' fault that they started the whole thing and now it's out of control and they're blaming the victims. Simple as that. So, hopefully you like my videos. Like, subscribe, share, whatever. I'll talk to you later.